Hello all, Joe Hooker 11 here, and you're watching the Joe Hooker 11 show. Anyways, for the past couple weeks, I've really been kind of interested in getting a tablet, and I'm talking about a computer tablet. Now, my cousin, kind of the thing that started off my desire to go get one was my cousin got his mom's old iPad, and he's working with her to pay it off. But obviously, I'm not going to go and get myself an iPad. First off, they're over $500 new, and the only thing I've ever spent $500 on was my handy dandy computer over there. I mean, I've built the whole thing myself, and it's more powerful than anything you can buy for $500 pretty much at any store. I mean, it's better than a lot of your $1,000 computers. I mean, it's that good, and I bought all the parts off the Newegg. But I've really kind of been interested in getting the tablet. But one of the things that really I've kind of been leaning towards more so is pretty much a glorified e-reader. And I have an e-reader to begin with, and as I was kind of looking over reviews and whatnot from the different tablets that they have out there, something came to mind and whatnot, and it actually came from somebody else's review on YouTube, kind of their video, that really made me kind of decide to do the show on this. And it is, what do I like more? Do I like do I like physical form books? Do I like these books, or do I like my e-reader better? Now, this is kind of an interesting question, whatnot, because I love to read. I love to read. I had so many books that last official count I made was about 200 books I had, and they aren't all paperback. I'm talking about hardback as well. As a matter of fact, I had so many that I had one of those really big bookcases that you could get from Walmart, the really big ones, and that couldn't even fit all my books in it. I had to get an additional bookcase, a smaller one, and even that didn't fit all my books in it. I still had a couple books which I had off to the side. Not only do I have all these books, but I also have somewhere like 200 magazine issues, and I'm not just talking about from one magazine. I'm talking about from several different magazines. I love to read. Now, but the thing was that when I moved into the apartment with my cousins, I had so many books, and you want to see kind of get an idea of how many books I had. You see this box? I had, now this is actually a game box, but still, look. I had I had 5 of these completely filled with books, and I still was having to use smaller boxes to put in the books that wouldn't fit in there. And so I really had to get rid of a lot of books when I moved in here. But I didn't get rid of all of them, obviously. But these are just a few books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love reading them. I love holding them. I mean, I've obviously hadn't read all of them, but I read most of my books, and there's a lot of books that I just won't get rid of. But for a for a tablet, an e-reader, which is the Kobo e-reader, which is not even half the size of this small paperback, I have over 1,000 books on there. Over 1,000. And I bought many of them, and a lot of them I got from friends. Like, they had the books and I would copy them over. I have most of the Star Wars books that's ever been written. There's like 4 or 5 that I don't have, but I don't really care. to get those certain books, so I don't have them. And I have most of the Star Trek books, although there are some that I don't have from them either. And it's more because of the fact that they're really new, so none of my friends have them or whatnot. But over 1,000 books I have on here, and it's smaller than this. Now, I was really kind of hesitant about buying an e-reader in the first place, and I've had this for about a year. And the thing that always kind of stuck in my mind was that people are like, it's just like reading a real book. A real book, huh? I can go like this with a real book. I could turn pages. I look at it, and it's not too hard on my eyes. How can it even compare? How can an electronic thing compare? Well, the e-reader does quite well. I can get about a day's worth of juice out of this thing before I have to recharge it, which is something that I actually did a review on Amazon about this certain product, the Kobo e-reader, and this isn't the touch. It's the fact that you have to recharge it. I told people you have to power this off, or else it's going to die within a day or two, which is true. But that's mainly if you read really hard on it. But even having it in sleep mode, it still drains the battery life. But still, I will not put research books on here. No. There are some things that this is good for, but research books just aren't. Like I've been writing a Civil War series, an alternative Civil War series. The first book I've already published on Lulu.com. Plug. Rise of the Confederacy, Chancellorsville. Look it under Chancellorsville. Look under Adam Harmon, and you will find it. And I'm not going to be able to search as easily on here for the information I want than I would be able to look through this book, Grant Sherman, The Friendship That Won the Civil War. I can open it up, look for a certain thing that I want, and find it immediately. Like here, it talks about Sherman expressing his feelings for Grant. I cannot do that as easily on here. So while these obviously offer an advantage, they're not the catch-all. And this is especially true when the fact that you don't need batteries for this, and it's almost wise to have a physical and a paperback copy of the books you have on here, because if you're gone or you run out of battery juice, you can open up the book and find the place you're at and keep going. But on the other hand, saves space. 1,030 books on here and counting. And I actually just bought another book the other day. And the thing of it is that both of them in my mind are good. They are good. And the tablet I'm going to try to, it's going to become more of a glorified e-reader than anything. But in the end, for saving space and whatnot, definitely a Kobo. Definitely a Kobo. Definitely an e-reader. Any type of e-reader. I will definitely go with this. Except there is no backlight to it, but when I get the tablet, that should change. However, for research purposes, and not all books that you can find on there. Not this book, for instance, they do not have a ebook version of it. They just don't. But yeah, both are good, and really depending on what you want. But yeah, there you have it. There is my thoughts on the matter. And like, subscribe to the videos, do whatever that you want, and we shall see you next time.